Welcome back, guys, and happy Monday. Today we're going to talk about some upcoming altcoins that are going to be super hot. Another play on something that it wasn't last week, but 10 days ago, I told you guys about an altcoin that did 500% since I told you about it. And there is a beta play on it that we're going to talk about today that is quite exciting, and I think you should pay attention to. And we're going to go, of course, into the macro markets just a little bit, and then I'm going to give you guys an announcement of something I'm looking forward to at the end of this video. So guys, today is going to be a great episode. Happy Monday again. If you're excited for this week coming up, make sure you guys do me a favor and destroy that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already. What up? My name is Chasse. Been in crypto for 12 years. The goal of this channel is to make sure that you guys make as much money as humanly possible in this upcoming bull run. All right, guys, so let's get into it. Bitcoin today on Monday, looking pretty strong. We get a little bit of a pullback right now. When I started preparing for this show, we were up quite a bit, a little bit of a correction, but we are starting to see a significant decrease in the Grayscale. Now, I don't know if these are the final numbers because we're only about an hour into the trading day in the US, but it seems like Grayscale outflows are starting to slow down quite a bit, with only 2.6 thousand Bitcoin in outflows today, or 115 million, which is quite good to see. Now, Fred Krueger, one of our favorite analysts over here, says this is a little bit optimistic, but in crypto, the craziest things tend to not be so crazy and could actually happen. So Fred says the case for all-time high within the next 30 to 60 days. Let's step back and ask ourselves how the next 30 to 60 days could play out. A lot of people are fearing a dip, but I want to lay out the bull scenario. GBTC sell pressure on BTC price is largely over. The 1 billion in Gemini selling will be returned as coin, so that's market neutral. On the other hand, the new 9 accumulating pretty relentlessly. They are a total of 175,000 coins, valued at 7.5 billion. This is in 18 trading sessions. Over the next 30 to 60 days, there are 20 to 40 trading sessions. I would bet this results in between $4 to $6 billion in new USD inflows at a market cap of 850 billion. That's pretty easy to see. This could move markets 50% or to $64,000 for Bitcoin at close to all-time highs. The scenario of getting there before the halving could really accelerate the mainstream Wall Street narrative, completely destroying the turtle model. And you know, you guys know me. I'm a Bitcoin and crypto optimist. I tend to always be a little optimistic in my perception on things, and maybe I'm a little bit early, but I don't call this completely unreasonable. And so, you know, for those of you guys who are waiting to buy the Bitcoin dip, if that's what you're waiting to do, just know that it may never come. And in fact, we may just get a huge spike up, right? And with I don't think I have the tweet open right now, but it's on mine. Actually, let me just show you real quick. As I think about it, China is in a free fall right now. There's been $1 trillion in value lost. Look at this. $1 trillion. So if you guys aren't following me on X, make sure they do that, at Kyle_Chasse. And breaking, the Chinese stock market has lost $1 trillion in less than 2 weeks. And we know that there's a lot of pressure right now on the Chinese SEC to approve the Bitcoin spot ETF. So where do you think all these Chinese billionaires are going to be putting their money? Into Bitcoin. So this is going to happen too. I'm not really sure when, but overall, extremely bullish for Bitcoin. Another thing too is, let's listen to Jerome Powell here. This is quite alarming. And another thing too is, before we listen to this video, 30 years from now, economists estimate the national debt will reach 144 trillion. It could even be more than that at the rate that we're going for now.
We mostly try very hard not to comment on fiscal policy and instruct Congress on how to do their job when actually they have oversight over us.
But is the national debt a danger to the economy, in your view?
In the long run, the U.S. is on an unsustainable fiscal path. The U.S. federal government's on an unsustainable fiscal path, and that just means that the debt is growing faster than the economy.
I have the sense this worries you very much.
Over the long run, of course it does. You know, we're borrowing from future generations. It's time for us to get back to putting a priority on fiscal sustainability. And
Guys, this is the narrative that everybody is going to be, Bitcoin is it's a new thing, right? Like, you know that the biggest money managers in the world, and like you've heard me say before, I believe that by the end of 2024, every major country in the world is going to have Bitcoin spot ETF. And if you're if you're 40 years of age or under, you're probably going to be very interested. Certainly, if you're 30, 20 years of age or under, you're certainly going to be interested in Bitcoin. And what you just heard from Jerome Powell, and you know that fiat currency is being debased at an alarming rate right now, incredibly alarming rate. So Bitcoin is the only kind of sound money, or the only place that we can put as a reserve asset where we know we're not going to lose purchasing power. And we know that, especially compared to the US dollar, it's going to increase significantly. So just overall bullish. Now, let's get into the altcoin segment for a little bit here. Now, as you can see from this chart here, the meta as new coins. I've told you guys about this before. I made that video last week to show you all the new protocols that are launching. Remember, this is a new bull run. And from Master Ventures, from us, we've invested in a bunch of companies that are going to be launching their tokens in Q1 and Q2 of this year. And those things will be stealing market share, right? And so you can see here, we talked about Zeta last week, and it's just lots and lots of new liquidity coming into it. But Jupiter, AltLayer, Ondo, Manta, XAI, all of these things are taking market share. So that's why we talk about them. Now, again, I need to reiterate this to you guys. I don't think that we're all going to sit here and get super filthy rich on playing these new multi-billion-dollar coins. But until true alt season comes, and that is when microcaps and midcaps start pumping at crazy, that's where we see the 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 X's. Right now we play what the market plays, right? And so right now is these new shiny billion-dollar FDV of billion-dollar coins that can do 2, 3, 4x. And so right now we should be focusing on how to increase our portfolio to a 3x before altcoin season, so that we have more liquidity. Because when microcap or small cap or altcoin season comes on this channel, we're going to be talking about those. We're going to find you the best opportunities to absolutely crush it, to make the real money. This is how the cycle works, guys. It's slowly then suddenly, right? And so today we're going to talk about something. Dymension's airdrop happens tomorrow, and Aevo has it. And you guys know that we talk about Aevo a lot, and Aevo actually has some airdrop farming that they actually have. I'll talk about it at the end of the video, but they have right now Aevo is being priced in by the market to launch around a $4 billion FDV, and for Dymension. Now, Dymension, if you guys remember, we talked about it quite a bit, is this Celestia-based modular narrative roll app thing, where basically, it just, people can create their own layer ones very, very quickly on a modular stack, right? So it's like using Celestia for data availability and just all this, just be able to roll out your own layer one as quickly as deploying a smart contract. Great narrative. And what some people are expecting is the same reason that Celestia continued to pump a 10x after it launched, was because people bought the token and they staked it for airdrops. Now in Dymension, there's going to be airdrops. We know that Avail, which is going to be the new data availability one that comes out, and Wormhole are both going to be doing airdrops on Dymension, right? Using Dymension. So it could be the same narrative. We could see. But we will talk about that more tomorrow, and probably Wednesday we'll assess it. But I want to bring it to your attention right now, as it could pull a Celestia, as far as that same kind of narrative where people buy it, stake it, and anticipating airdrops, because that is narrative, right? And Dymension is no joke. We've talked about it before, backed by all the best players in the space. So a great project overall, and launching with it'll launch, if this is correct, if it's around a 4 billion, the initial circulating market cap will be around $500 million, right? So not cheap, but it could do a 2-3x from there easily, right? And again, in this I said it already, let's focus on what we can do right now for 2 or 3x's. I mean, I gave you guys this whales market 10 days ago, right? This is the video here. Or two that launched at $100 million market cap, right? And if everybody's 46 cents, and right now, guys, it's at 230, so 5x, 6x from what I told you guys about that 10 days ago. So congratulations if you guys got in with me. Matt, there's that's a 2-3x as a goal. We did 5x on whales markets. You can see I told you exactly why it's unique, why I was bullish on it, and you can see these charts are exactly what you want to see. They've earned $33 million in escrow. They've earned $850,000 because you have to do the ETH plus Solana fees. They've been earning. So overall, whales market was great. Now, what's the next play? Loot. So far, whales market has made $845,000 in fees in less than a month. 80% of this gets directed to whales buyback, 60% to whales staking, 10% to burn, and another 10% to loot staking. So, what is Loot? Loot is basically a loot bot. All this kind of other loot stuff that's come out. Now, this is really an interesting play. So, for $30 a month, essentially, per wallet, they wrote Python scripts that will go do all the airdrop farming for you. So, instead of having to manually go do all these tasks, you could just use Lootbot. And it'll go do all the airdrop farming tasks for you on these different protocols. As you can see here, there's like ZK Sync, Manta, so like all these other ones too. So Loot right now is sitting at a $9.1 million valuation, FDV. Could be a good play, especially if we think that whales is going to continue to pump with the buybacks that come back to the Loot token, because it was actually, I don't know if it's the same team, but there's a relationship. I don't know if it was just incubated, but there's a close tie, obviously, to Lootbot and whales market. And so I think that this thing could do a 2 to 3x when people get the correlation now that, especially if whales markets continue to pump. Now, guys, we are now sponsored by NordVPN. I use it. It's funny. Actually, I tried to pull this website up before I did the show here, and I couldn't do it because I was in Dubai. Then I connected to the VPN, and now I can pull it up. So there's going to be a lot of opportunities. If you're in crypto, guys, and for the next 30 days, we have 65% off on Nord sponsorship. In the description below, guys, is the affiliate link. Use it. It's like $2.88 a month. You have to be using a VPN to protect yourself if you're in crypto. Could you imagine getting your wallet hacked and not having, because you didn't have a VPN, would be unbelievable. So you have threat protection, everything else, and there's just so many things in crypto that we use VPNs for. It's just stupid not to have one. So guys, make sure that if you don't use Nord already and you don't, then go do it. It costs you nothing. It's like $3 a month. And if you sign up for 2 years, then you get 4 extra months. It's a no-brainer. I love Nord. It's actually the only VPN that I've had seamless interaction with. I used to have, I've tried several of them before, but I love Nord. Especially for, now, there are some crypto companies that are going to be doing VPN blocking on their services, and Nord also offers something called obfuscated servers, which allow you to, it's kind of like, they can't detect, it'll allow you to bypass VPN blocking websites. So good to know, and you guys must do it. So Aevo is something we've been talking about a lot. Aevo is also going to be doing an airdrop farming, an airdrop coming up soon. Aevo, you guys, we talk about it almost every episode. It's a really amazing place for futures, trade options, perps, and strategies all in one place. Backed by Paradigm, Dragonfly, Coinbase, etc. And they are also doing their own L2, I believe, using, don't quote me on this, I forget, I think Celestia for data availability as well. And so I've actually been talking to the team. I want to get a little bit closer to them because we use them so much that I'd like to have a partnership with them moving forward. So, and the last thing I want to mention, guys, is on Wednesday, Commonwealth has a huge announcement coming. If you guys aren't following Commonwealth, do that at Join Commonwealth. And this is a no-brainer, guys. This is the best project in crypto ever. And yes, I'm obviously biased, but if you look at this, this is as they're called, the All Street Oracle. So the people who are bringing deals to Commonwealth. Remember, Commonwealth is essentially a decentralized fund that you can invest into. And look at these. You can just freeze the video for a second and look at these deals. These are not secondary market. Everyone on these are all the guys, the oracles who are bringing deals. They are all VCs and investors. And these projects that you see here are all ones that they've invested in, the private rounds that have all done phenomenally well, right? And there's more, many, many more. But this is the same kind of access that you're going to be getting by using Commonwealth. In my opinion, it's better than launchpads. It's better than buying the secondary market. And so for now, we're talking about what we can, right? We're talking about the altcoin market and where we can make 2 or 3x. But I cannot tell you how excited I am for Commonwealth and what a game changer this is going to be. It's absolutely the best. You can see some of the amazing council members or Oracle members that we have here. Animoca, Cypher, myself. Just really, really, really impressive. So stay tuned for Wednesday for a huge announcement. If you're not following them, make sure that you guys do that. I will catch you guys tomorrow. Take care.